Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video on my channel, Megz Movies. If you are new to this channel, this is basically where I talk to you guys about my passion for movies. This goes from collections, hauls, reviews, and to today's video, so let's get into it. Okay, and we are doing our first Megz Movies weekly watches of the year. Yet again, like I keep saying in every video that I've done so far, I do want to do better this year, so fingers crossed and touch wood I do. But yeah, if you are new to this channel, Megz Movies Weekly Watches is just basically everything I watched throughout the week. Now, bearing in mind, I did not start until Wednesday watching films, so it's only the past couple of days. But as the weeks go on, obviously then there'll be more movies. But yes, so I've got one that was a physical watch, and then the rest were either streaming or cinema. So yeah, let's get into it. So I'm going to move over to the side here so I can then put the posters this side. Okay, so the very first film of the year I watched was Nosferatu, the 2025 one. So the new one that's just come out. I do have a full review on this, so I won't go into too much depth. But what I will say is it was an amazing first film of the year. Absolutely brilliant. I loved it. But yeah, so I'm not going to say any more than that. If you want my full review, then go and check that out. Then the second film I watched was Nosferatu, the original 1922 film. I always struggle saying that year. But I've done my thoughts on that on my original versus remake video. What I'll say is it's definitely a classic. It's my first silent movie. Obviously there was sound, but there was like no speech. So that was a first for me, and you know what, for a first one it weren't too bad. It was a bit of a laugh, so yeah, so if you want to hear my full thoughts on that one, yet again, I will say it again, it is on my original versus remake, so go check that out. This video might be a bit short today, do apologise. The next one is, I was sort of like in a werewolf vampire mood this month, because because I was watching Nosferatu and Wolfman. So I figured I'll try and watch as many werewolf and vampire movies as I can. And starting off with one I don't think many people have actually talked about. Never Cry Werewolf. This is starring Nina Dobrev, Kevin Sorbo, and a couple of other people. I don't know their names. Basically, this is kind of a knockoff of Fright Night. Nowhere near as good as Fright Night, but you know what? It's bad, it's good kind of film. Like, for me, it's one of those, I know it's not a great film, but at the same time, I just get fun out of it. I don't know why. Maybe because it is kind of a knockoff of Fright Night. So what it is that Nina Dobrev plays basically Charlie / Amy from Fright Night. They get this new neighbour move into the town, and he's certainly taken a liking to Nina Dobrev's character. She then notices some strange things about him, and then, of course, everything goes wrong from there. So, yeah, I'm not going to say any more on that. This is one of those films that if you just want something on in the background, or if you want something that's not exactly amazing, but I feel like you could still have a good time with it, this is one I'd recommend you watch, because it's not brilliant. I mean, I still give it a 7 out of 10, but that's because I enjoy going back to this. Some of the effects are actually pretty okay in this. There's one scene at the end, though, that's very, like, you know that was a second shot kind of thing. But yeah, you know what, for what it was, it's not a bad film. I have seen a lot worse. So if you have not seen this film, I think you can watch it on YouTube. If not, I'm sure you'll find it somewhere. Okay, and the next one, so all of these were first time watches, apart from Never Cry Werewolf. I've seen that one multiple times. But this one is one of Wes Craven's films, which I have not seen yet, and that was Cursed. So this is yet again another werewolf film. This is one I've been meaning to watch for a very long time, because I like werewolves and I like Wes Craven, so quite surprised it took me this long to do it. But you know what, I ended up enjoying it more than I thought I would. I know I've heard all the behind the scenes and how bad the filming in that went and how production and all that was. But you know what, for what it was kind of like Never Cry Werewolf in a sense, where it was bad, but the good kind of bad, you know? I had fun with it. It's got Jesse Eisenberg in it. Christina Ricci, I had to think of a name then. And basically it's about this brother and sister who gets into a car accident, who end up getting bit by a werewolf, but they don't know who the werewolf is. So then throughout their life, they're trying to, throughout the rest of the day, well, next couple of nights, they're trying to sort of like figure out what's going on. So I won't say any more on that, although I will say, I will never get over this. There was a scene probably about 10 minutes away from the end, maybe even 5. No, 10 minutes, because there was a final fight scene after that. But there's this bit where Christina Ricci's character calls out to someone else, and then the werewolf gives the middle finger. Like, what the hell? I'll never get over that. I've never seen a werewolf in the entire time I've watched werewolves on films, TV shows. Seen one give the middle finger. I will never forget that. That is stuck forever in my brain. All I can think about now is that scene, and it's just, oh my god. I will put a picture here so you can see it. But it's just so funny. I'm not going to tell you the context of why the werewolf swears, but yeah. So yeah, that was, I will admit, I think that's the thing that made me enjoy the film the most, was that. I don't know why. But yeah, so Cursed was a first time watch. And then the last film I watched was yesterday. And for the first time, I watched Oppenheimer. I watched this for my 52-week movie challenge, and this was recommended to me by Rihan, one of my subscribers. And basically, I will be completely honest, I'm not a massive war movie person. I've seen a couple of them, maybe not the good ones, so I think that's why I've sort of like not gotten into it very well. So hence why it come out, I was more prioritising seeing Barbie than Oppenheimer. But I can see why it won the Oscar. It's amazing cinematography, the acting is brilliant. But say, for me, it's just one of those, I've given it a high score, but at the same time, I didn't heart it, because for me, if I heart a movie, it's when I love it and I repeatedly watch it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll watch Oppenheimer one more time, at least at some point in the future. But that was my final movie that I watched this week. So yeah, like I said, this is a pretty short video. I'm actually going to the cinema this morning, although I'm a bit mad to do so because I went out clubbing last night, and I am tired. I've only had like a couple of hours sleep, so I'll be surprised if I stay awake. But the reason why I'm not cancelling the cinema trip is because they are showing the first Toy Story film. So they're having a Pixar sort of like couple of months where they're showing a few of the Pixar films, and this was the first one. So I've booked to see all the Pixar films on the big screen. I'm so sad. So yeah, even though I'm tired, I literally feel like I'm about to fall asleep. I'm still gonna go and see Toy Story on the big screen because Pixar is one of my favourite companies, and it would be nice to see all of those films that I grew up with on the big screen. Because I think they're showing Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, Incredibles, Finding Nemo, WALL-E, Up, Cars. They're showing quite a few, a lot of them like older ones. So they're showing like Monsters Inc., Ratatouille. I think it's pretty much all the way up till Up they're showing at the cinema, so yeah. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then do give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to this channel, then go ahead, hit that subscribe button and also notification bell down below to be notified when I post. And leave your comments and thoughts on the movies that I watched this week. If you've seen any of these, which one do you like? Let me know if you've seen Never Cry Werewolf, because this is one I don't think I've actually heard many people talk about. So let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time.